Hey guys. How are you guys?
Hola.
Hola.
What's happening?
Good stuff. Good stuff. Get everybody coming on. Hey Eric. Hey Stacy.
Hello.
How are ya?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good. Hey Terry. Oh, Siri just said, what can I help you with? I said, hey Terry. And Siri said, what can I help you with?
Okay.
Terry. Did you guys have a good day today? Good. Hey, Christy.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey,
How are
Amy.
you?
Was you
Yeah.
talking about like Kayla earlier when you messaged me?
Kayla Carter.
I don't remember her last name.
Yeah.
Awesome. I hadn't heard from. I actually talked to her a couple weeks ago just because I hadn't heard from her in a while.
Uh-huh.
I called her. Good stuff.
Yeah. She might be on. She just messaged me. I don't see her yet. Hey guys. Hey Stevie.
Stevie, I just watched your snake video.
Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. Like, that was a big snake.
It was a big snake.
I could have used you here, Zach. You could have been my hero.
I could have.
Oh.
Hey, Jamie.
All right. Look at all you guys are doing. Hey, Renee. Hey, Gail. I see you. Tammy.
Hi there.
How are ya?
Good.
Good. Tammy, did you get the message I sent you?
Yes, like 2 minutes ago.
Okay. Are you good with that?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. Very good. All right. Well, CB, I think we're ready to get started. I'll go ahead and mute everybody out. So hold on just a second. I know we have a few more people coming on, but I want to try to respect your time. All right. Well, I'm super excited, you guys. So welcome to our team call. I know that you're taking time out. I know it's such a busy time. I'm getting all these messages from people saying, I'm still at this, I'm still at that. There literally must be like 30 events going on tonight, like graduations and concerts and games. Like it's a busy week for all these school-aged moms and dads. So thank you guys for hopping on. And we're going to just kind of share a little bit tonight. We have a couple things. We have some things to celebrate. We have some people that have finished up some amazing goals that are going to be sharing about that. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing next week on the team call. And we're going to launch out a brand new promotion or brand new skill set class tonight. And I know that's why a couple of you got on, was just to hear about that. But we had a huge week last week, so great, amazing job. It's just exciting to see the growth and everything going on and all the new faces. And I just feel like those product results are getting better and better and better. It's like, I don't know. It's just amazes me. And I get more and more sold out and more excited about my business and the products now than I was 5 years ago. And I mean that with all sincerity. It's just so exciting. And I know CB's on. I know CB, you had an amazing week last week. And I know there's so many people that hit their director resets, but I know that you hit yours, and one thing that I loved was that you sent me a message that said it was at the 11th hour. And so, and I want you to share about how you hit that, but not only hitting that director reset, but that last minute push through. I know that a lot of people might have quit. They might have stopped. They might have thrown in the towel. I can remember almost hitting a goal before and sitting at the nail shop and thinking, I'm just done. I'm just going to go get my nails done. And then being at the nail shop and thinking, no, wait a minute. I'm going to go back and work on it one more time. And so share with us just a little bit as far as what your focus was, what you did, how you made that happen, because we're all excited to hear, because we know that executive reset's coming up. We have a couple months to finish that now. So you want to share a little bit about your director reset and how you did that?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys, here's the deal. So I know this is going to sound very simple, but I literally made a decision, because last year I did not hit. I mean, I'm just going to be really transparent and honest. I've been paid as executive for like 9 years. There's been a couple weeks out of those 9 years that I've never been paid as executive. So for me, I mean, that means I have to go build 10 more people. But this year it was so different, because I made a decision in January at New Year's kickoff that if I was going to expect people to build to executive like I did 10 years ago, then I needed to do that again. I needed to walk the walk today, even though that meant adding 10 more consultants. So I literally made that decision, and I'm going to be really transparent. Okay, so it was Saturday. I thought it was Sunday, and it was Saturday, and I kind of played on Friday for my birthday. So that day was out. And I knew that I had 6 people. I had to close 6 spots to make that happen on Saturday. And Saturday was a crazy day. So at 9 o'clock, guys, I mean, I had sent out a couple texts that day, but at 9 o'clock, I still had to close 6. So what I did, I went in my office, I closed the doors. I said, Dave, don't bother me until 11 o'clock. And so from 9 to 11, I was texting, I was calling, I was closing, and literally with 4 minutes to spare, I work best by deadlines. Surely I'm not alone in that. But literally with 4 minutes to spare, I wrapped that up. Now, there's nothing special. More talented, more skill. You have better skills than me in certain areas and everything. But I think the thing was, I made a decision to walk in integrity. And if I'm expecting you guys to do that, then I felt like I needed to make that happen. So I just made the decision. I made it happen. I called, I texted until it got done. And yeah, it was at the 11th hour. And yeah, I was a little bit nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to close this Wesleyan, and I got to get them in. I got to do that. So, but for me, I think it was just, once I made that decision, and that's kind of how I am with everything. It's like, once I decide, look out, because I'm going to make it happen one way or another. So I don't know, Jessica, you hit yours too, your director. So what are your 3 tips? You're like your 3 top tips that you would share that helped you hit that.
Well, I knew that the weekend was going to be busy with Mother's Day. So I decided that I had to get it done by Friday. So I just gave myself Friday to get it done. So literally, I think it was Friday night. Usually it's our family date night. And I was in the bedroom, like in the zone. Like I pretty much told my friend, John, that joined, I said, John, like I'm trying to hit a goal and I need to have this in by 8 o'clock. And I didn't, like, I wasn't even trying to go to 11. I'm like, 8 o'clock, it needs to be done. Because I knew if he wasn't going to do it, then I needed to find somebody else. And so for me, I think it's consistency. It's posting, at least 3 times a day, if not more. Sometimes I've been posting more than 3 times actually in a day. Making sure I'm doing transformations on Tuesdays and Thursdays consistently. I know Zach and I talked about this the other day. And then taking those comments and those likes and, just authentically, looking at their Facebook. And if I see something I like, I'm liking and, commenting and just pouring love into those people. Giving comments, just giving them love too. And then making sure those names are getting out of my notebook. So I've got a notebook so I've got like a spiral notebook. I've got A's, the last name A's on the first page, and then B's on the second page, all the way through Z. And that's just the way I keep it. And then invite them to listen to a 3-way call or an opportunity share Thursday. And I've even found that Saturday mornings are doing really well too. Like I just have my own Zoom on Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I love it. I love it. And I think it's so true. I think persistency and consistency is key. It's just persistent, consistent action. That's what Dave and I always go back to. The only way you can ever fail in this business, the only way you can really fail in life is to quit. So as long as you're just doing something, just persistent, consistent action. And then obviously you have those moments where you're running toward a goal and you just put the blinders on and you just work. So
yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I mean, I've almost been in ISO it'll be 3 years in, was it June or July? And it's always bothered me that I haven't hit director before, like, just to be honest. And so I decided, like, this time I can't, like I just need to get over that hump. Like, I just need to make a decision, draw a line in the sand, like, no more messing around. And I wasn't going to miss out on $750.
Mm-hmm. I love it. It's a decision. It was a decision, right? And I hate leaving money on the table. Like, that's why I never enroll just one person in a week. I always enroll 2. And usually I'll enroll 6 people for the month because then I'm assured of my vitamins. But if I only enroll 5, then I don't get double PIBs. So it's always 2, 2, and 2, right? Because I just don't like, if there's money to be given, like, I'm going to earn that money. I'm not going to leave it on the table. So anyway, I don't know, maybe that's a little bit of red in me, but awesome. And then Tammy, you just wrapped up your executive. So kudos to you. Yay! Huge. And then so obviously you hit director, but you also hit executive. So what are your top 3 tips?
I'm just so excited finally. I guess for me was to follow up, and to make sure at the beginning I didn't do the new customer training like I should have. And so when I started doing that, and that's when it kind of really helped my associates become consultants. And then I think most important is to get those 3-way calls in with your associates. When you get your 3-way calls in, then it helps them be more confident. And then plus you're just reaching out to more people. And so we did a little group with them this past 3 or 4 weeks. And every one of my girls that we did the 3-way calls with, all except one have reached consultant within the past 2 weeks. And so that's what helped me reach executive.
That's awesome. So you did, so just so everybody understands, how many 3-way calls did you do with them? How many did you require with them?
5, at least 5, the minimum 5.
Minimum 5.
And I had a little group that my sister, y'all know her, the wonderful Gail. And so she is helping me great. And we did a little group of my girls. And we just, we would do Zooms once a week. And then we required within the 1 week them to do 5. So it was crazy. I did like 40 calls that week. So I did about 40 3-way calls that week, but it helped all of them. And so it was really beneficial to them and to me to reach executive.
Absolutely. I love it. So you just put the blinders on and worked. Yeah. I mean, I love it. I can't remember, it was Jerry Seinfeld, actually, and maybe I've shared this before, but Jerry Seinfeld gave a commencement speech, and he walked out, and you can probably YouTube it someplace. My kids could find it anywhere, but I don't know about me. But so he walked out on the stage. He didn't say a word, and behind him, a curtain dropped, and it said, "Do the work." And he walked off the stage. And I always go back to that. When I get in a slump, I never look at my team, my responsibility. What am I not doing that I should be doing? Or what am I doing that I shouldn't be doing? And it always comes back to that. It comes back to doing the work. 40 calls in a week is a lot, right? I mean, you worked hard, but you crushed your goal. So I love that. What I love about that is do the work. Like, you don't have to have a skill set. You just have to do the work, right? I mean, you have to have a skill set, but you have help. That's what you reach up for until you develop that muscle, until you have that skill set. and you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So you can work, you can lean on your upline while you're building that muscle. So as long as you're willing to work and you have great upline that's willing to work, which every single one of you do on this call, then absolutely you can do it. So every single one of you can do it. I know you can do it. Awesome. So couple more things before Amy shares our new program, which we are super stoked about. Super stoked. Jim Rhodes.
Get in the shower.
And you're going to go to the top 50 event this weekend. Jim Rhodes is going to be, I probably cut out. Jim Rhodes is going to be in Kansas City on Friday night, 7 to 9. I will put the link on the Isa Rocks page. And I think the tickets are like $10. That's basically to cover the cost of the room. But he is amazing. If you want to learn from the best, he is a walking inside. The other thing, next week, and Amy's probably going to share this, but we are going to come back to the color code, and we're going to teach that next week on the team call. So come back. I'm going to post the test so you can take that beforehand, and that way you can be ready for the training and know what you are. So awesome, guys. Great job last week. We're going to knock it out of the park next week, too.
Absolutely. I'm excited. It's a great job. And just this week in general. And you know, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a program we're getting ready to start. The reason why we're doing this and the time frame that we're doing it is that the company, even if you've been in Isogenics for a while now, so whether you're new or you're established, everybody has the opportunity right now to hit that executive reset bonus. And we have almost 2 months to get that done. So we have plenty of time to get it done. I really think it's more like a 3 or 4 week journey. It's really not from beginning to end. And so everything that we're going to be doing over the next 6 weeks is going to be in focus to help you get this done. Now, so I'm going to share a program with you, but I want to really go back and I want to talk to you because I don't want you to wait. We're not going to start the program until May 30th. We're going to have a commitment night tonight. We're going to have, we're going to tailgate the program this week and next week. So we're going to have a couple little challenges for you this week going into next week. But one thing I want to really just, just emphasize to you guys is that hitting this executive, going executive is the foundation that you need to grow to a 6-figure income, because everything in this business is built upon duplication. This isn't an Isogenics type of thing. It is network, it is industry wide in network marketing. In every company, you have to build a nucleus. You have to build a foundation that you can grow from. And without that foundation, there's weakness. And in Isogenics, that foundation is Crystal Executive. Now, I'm going to share a couple of tips to you guys very quickly about hitting Crystal Executive. But what I want you to understand is in no way is your paycheck dependent upon anyone on your team, if that makes sense. Your energy is going to drive you hitting executive. What I mean by that is if you pour your best into every single person you currently have on your team and nobody does it, you could start all over and you could go do it again. And so you cannot attach your energy to anybody else's. So what you've got to know is you've just got to make a decision of, I'm going to get this done. And so I was talking with Katie today. I sat at the coffee shop for 4 hours because I am on a goal. I'm hungry and I'm not arrogant to the point that I'm like, oh, I make 100,000, 150,000. I mean, we're tracking a lot. I don't even know what we're tracking, CB, but it's a darn lot this year. I mean, we're having a really good year. I haven't even looked to see what we're tracking. I'm not going, I'm making all this money, I don't need it, because by golly, I need it. So I'm treating every phone call as if I need it. I'm treating every lead that I have as if it is the lead. Every minute that I have, as if it is the minute that matters. Because the second you begin to not be hungry, the second that you begin to not be arrogant, the second that you begin to act like you don't need the business, you don't need the sale, the second you're not bringing your energy to your business is the second you're going to start going backwards. And so for me, when I was moving up on my director's reset and then onto the executive reset, what I was looking at is not finishing this is not an option. It doesn't matter what I have to put into it. I don't care how many people I have to talk to. I don't care who I have to replace. I'm going to get this done. And so your mindset on this executive reset really does need to be there. And so what I'm looking for tonight is I would love to know who would commit to, all right, this is it, I'm committing to the 6-week journey. In 6 weeks, I'm going to have my executive done. I'm looking for a commitment. And that commitment is a mindset. It's not doing it is not an option. When I was sitting at the coffee shop today, I sat in the same chair for 4 hours. I was sweating. I was sweating like I was working out. It was running down the back of my neck. It wasn't, I'm not the network marketer laying by the beach drinking mimosas. People lie. When they say that that's what network marketing is, that's a lie. There is grit and there is hustle on the front end of that to get to that. Now, if I don't work, I'm going to make 100,000. I'm going to make 120,000 if I do nothing. But I want to make 750,000. And so I have to hustle to that. And so there's a hustle. So sweat's pouring down my back. And 3 hours in, I was like, okay, do I really need to do this? And I picture my family's faces in my mind. I pictured everything that I can give other people. I pictured me hitting my goal and what it does to my daughters and what it teaches them. And I sat there 1 more hour. 1 more hour when you don't feel like doing it. 1 more phone call when you don't feel like making it. 1 more push, 1 more time. That's where that fruit is at. It's not in the light. I called 5 people and nobody answered. Nobody must not like me. It's making that 6th call and getting over yourself. That's where that's at. And so I'm looking for that commitment. Now that's mindset, but there's skill in it. There is skill. There are things that you need to know how to do, such as you need to know how to build your power base. Is your power base building? Or do you know how to build relationships? Because we don't want to work all in a cold market. We want to build up that power base so that when we're on our social media that people are asking. That's what Jessica's been doing for 1.5 years. She's been building that power base. And so we look at, boom, her director's done. I mean, she's within, I think, a week of her executive being done. I really feel like by the time we're on the Zoom next week, her executive's going to be done. And it's going to look like to everybody, well, Jessica just finished her director and her executive in 2 weeks. That's not the case. There's been 1.5 years of her building her power base in order to have the people that she needs to make happen with this. And so we're going to talk, you've got to know how to do that. You've got to know how to do a 3-way call. You've got to know how to follow up. You've got to know that it might take 8, 10, 12 times to follow up. You've got to know how to get people on a Zoom. There are things that you've got to learn how to do. And so what we're going to offer is we're going to offer a skill set class. It's going to begin on May 30th. It's a Pacesetters class. So throughout the program, what we're going to do is at the end of that program, you're going to have every skill that you need, every tool in your tool belt. You're going to know what video to send and when to send it. You're going to know what to post on Fit Happy Life and why you're posting it. You're going to know how to answer people's questions. So it's going to be down into the detail and the skill of making your business move to executive. And so that's the purpose of the Pacesetters class. Now, what it's going to look like is every Tuesday night at 8:30, we will have a Pacesetters class, and every Thursday night at 8:30, there'll be a Pacesetters class. There'll be assignments in between, and you'll have to have communication on a Facebook page and via messaging with CV, Gail, and myself. We are the 3 people that will be teaching it. So it's going to be Gail, CV, and myself. So there's going to be a ton of accountability going back and forth between us in order to make sure that the skill set is happening and that you're getting everything that you need. Now, we are going to make a little bit of a change where this is where it's very different from the boot camp. You have a textbook that you need to get. Now, you don't need to have it in your possession until the 30th, but you do need to have it. It needs to be the book and not the audio. Now, you can get the audio and go ahead and listen to it. That would be amazing. But the book is by Eric Worre. It's W-O-R-R-E, Eric Worre. And it's called GoPro. You can get that on Amazon. Just get that on Amazon right there. Ginger, can you hold that up again? Ginger's holding up right there. It's that blue book, GoPro by Eric Worre. You guys want to get that book and have that in your possession by the 30th. Feel free to start reading through it. It's a pretty easy read. It's a good read. But we are going to study that until it is imprinted in our brains, until we know how to follow up Johnny on the spot. We know how to connect Johnny on the spot. That's going to be our manual. So you need to buy that book. The other thing that you're going to need to do to participate in this Pacesetters program is to enroll in the Healthy Mind and Body Challenge and complete it. Now, the Healthy Mind and Body Challenge is $40. The GoPro book is $10. When you enroll into the Healthy Mind and Body Challenge, you immediately are going to get $40 worth of product from the company. So it's really a wash. However, there is that investment in your future. So enrolling in Healthy Mind and Body and getting that GoPro book. Now, hang with me for a second. If you have already completed Healthy Mind and Body, who's already completed it? You're like, okay, I've already done that. If you have already done Healthy Mind and Body, then you need to go ahead then and purchase the book. I would go ahead and do Audible by Grant Cardone, and it's called Be Obsessed or Be Average. So if you've already done Healthy Mind and Body, then you want to purchase the book, Be Obsessed or Be Average, because we're going to be working on skill sets on these Pacesetter classes, but we want to make sure that you're developing your mind and that stamina with your personal development, if that makes sense. So those are the things that will be required. Now, all you need is desire. That's all we want. You don't have to know how you're going to get your executive done. We're not looking for that. We don't care. We don't know either. All we want is desire. And so if you know that you want to do this, you know, all right, I'm in. I'm ready. I'm hitting this executive because I'm going to be at 6 figures. I want to be sharp in this. If that's you, then what we need you to do is I just want you to go ahead and send put CV and I in a group message together and just say, I'm in. The author of the second book, Jen, is Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone. It's Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. And so I want you to private message. You can put us in a group message, CV and I, on Facebook, and just say, hey, I'm in the challenge. Now, you have an assignment already, though, because we want you, as we come into this challenge, I want you to feel very, very comfortable in getting phone calls. So going into the challenge, we are looking for you to do 2 opportunity shares with your executive. Now, if you are currently a director or higher, you do not need to do those calls with your executive. So if you have 6 active people or more, that call does not need to be with your executive. You can do 2 opportunity shares, and you could just text CV and I or message us and say, hey, I did my 2 opportunity shares. I'm ready to go into the next week. If you do not have 6 active people on your team, then you need to do 2 opportunity shares between now and Tuesday with your executive. So that's a little pre-program that we're doing. So really, That's the scoop, and we're looking for commitment. So if you want to do it, if you're like, hey, I'm in, go ahead and send Stevie and I a private message. Tell us a little bit about you. Hey, this is me. This is where I'm at in my business. If there's things that you feel like you have a gap that you want to learn, message us. And then you just want to go ahead and get those books ordered. You want to get back on the call on Tuesday, because on Tuesday night, next Tuesday on the team call, Dr. Stevie is going to be going over the different personality types. That is going to be an integral part of as we move forward. And so having that in your tool belt is also going to help as we go forward into the Pacesetters program. Okay, questions? Anybody have questions?
Okay, Amy, I just want to make sure I have everything down.
Yeah.
So get the GoPro book. I'm going to get Be Obsessed or Be Average. And then I need to do, because I didn't hit my director, I need to do 2 calls this week with CB. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, anybody else? Is it clear as mud?
Where did Stevie say she was going to post that test for what personality type you were?
On IsaRocks.
Okay.
On IsaRocks. Okay, anybody else? All right. Well, I'm excited. Make sure you message us. If you're in the program, you're like, I want to do it, message us, because then we're going to put you into a Facebook group. We're going to go ahead and start doing a little bit of training on that group, getting you ready for that Pacesetter, so that when we start, we're going to finish you all the way up with that executive and style. All right? All right. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to message us. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night, guys.